Everybody out!
As daylight crept in, fire burnt through this building at Barton Hill in Bristol. It's the second in a matter of weeks after a man died jumping from a tower block fire in nearby Easton. Today, people fled their flats as the flames spread up the building from the first floor. 6 people were injured.
Well, I was sound asleep in my bed, and then the next minute I heard like a bang, bang, bang at my door, and I thought my flat was getting broken into. And until I heard my next door neighbour, Regan, banging on my door saying there's fire, there's smoke. So I had to quickly get up and try to sneak out of bed.
I've only lived there a few months. I haven't been there very long. So I'm a bit scared and I don't want to live in the block anymore. I want to get moved out.
I went out barefoot. It was a big crowd when we were going down. I nearly tripped off the stairs.
Grieving the loss of their nephew and grandson, 18-year-old Owen Dunn is believed to have been walking to his girlfriend's house when he was stabbed in the Hayden End area of Swindon on Sunday, just weeks away from his 19th birthday.
He had a beautiful aura and he attracted just so many friends. Just an absolute joy to be around every single day. He never had a bad bone in his body.
No, he didn't.
It's just devastating.
They literally broke our family. We're
never going to get over it.
Never.
Along with an abundance of flowers, Owen's favourite drinks and snacks can also be found among the tributes. His relatives have told me today they hope to be able to campaign against knife crime in the future to try and stop this from happening to another family. Unless it's life-threatening, don't come in. The stark warning from Devon's emergency departments that are stretched and struggling. While we film, patients lie on trolleys waiting to be seen.
In terms of the amount of patients that we have queuing outside in ambulances, across Devon, for instance, last night we had them queuing outside each and every emergency department. Now, in my experience, and I've been doing this a long time, I have never seen that before.
At this hospital alone, COVID and flu numbers have doubled since Friday. Staff here tell me they just need to get through the Christmas period. Then they can reassess, regroup and hopefully bolster those staffing levels.
Next from us this evening, a man in Jersey has been sentenced to 4.5 years in prison after a woman woke up to find an almost complete stranger naked and lying in her bed.
Annabel Knowlson was in court covering this for us. And Annie, a terrifying ordeal for the victim, it sounds.
Yes, Jess. Well, imagine waking up and finding someone you barely know lying beside you. The court heard it was a terrifying ordeal for the victim that had devastating impacts, a particularly serious and nasty offence. It happened last July when the woman woke up in the early hours of the morning in her own bed to find Raul Freitas grabbing at her and trying to kiss her neck. Well, a clinical psychologist has said the event has caused the victim extreme psychological harm. She now suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder and feels unsafe in her own home. Born a girl, Joshua's early childhood was a happy one. He preferred to be around boys and felt free to dress how he wanted and express himself. But when he hit puberty, Joshua realised he didn't feel right in the body he was born in.
I just decided that if I wanted to be happy with myself, then I needed to medically transition and change things about me.
Before the pandemic, people transitioning could already expect to be waiting for a minimum of around 18 months to be seen at a place like this, a gender identity clinic where treatment could properly begin. At this clinic in Sheffield, nearly 1,300 people are currently on the waiting list for help, and they can expect to be waiting around 39 months. In Leeds, the situation is even worse, with more than 2,600 people on the list and 41-month waiting times for that first appointment. Hi, I'm Annie and this is a guide to the States Assembly. The States Assembly is Jersey's parliament. Every month members meet to debate and pass new laws for the island and hold the government to account. For all the latest on this year's election and more on how to cast your vote, head to our website itv.com/channel. Halfway celebrations during what has been the biggest test of endurance so far for this 8-year-old walking wonder. After setting off early this morning from Yate, Barney Thomas made his way to Bristol with his dad and godfather, taking to the streets of the city to raise money for the Bristol Royal Hospital for Children, a place that has helped him through so much.
You're on the final stretch now, Barney. There's 8 miles to go. How are you feeling?
All I know is my legs hurt.
But you're doing such fantastic work. What does it feel like to be able to raise money? Because you've already smashed your £500 target, haven't you?
No, I'm on 1,000 now.
That is amazing work. And what does it mean to you to be able to help all the other children who've been helped by the hospital like you?
It's a really good feeling. I just feel like it's so amazing to help kids that need it more than me.
This is Peanut and this is Whizzle. They're therapy ponies and they're certainly drawing in the crowds today and putting a smile on people's faces.
Among those enjoying the surprise was Amia, who's been diagnosed with a form of bone cancer.
Have you seen anything like this before? No. And what does it mean to do it now it's nearly Christmas?
Magical.
Every little things that would make Amia happy, then we appreciate it, and it really means a lot to us.
Annie, it looks like you're in the North Pole there. Yes, not far off, with just 9 days to go until the big day itself. Well, we're actually here in Stratton, and it's very icy and very snowy where we are, but we're here at this house and it's been 20 years in the making, this winter wonderland. As you can see, there are lights aplenty, shining bright. Pauline, you've been doing this. It's all for charity. Tell us more.
Robin and I started this in the year 2000 with just a string of lights on a tree, and then we've increased it year by year to make it a more of a charitable event.
If you're wanting some festive cheer, then the Vale lights are here. You heard it there. If you're brave enough to come down to Thicket Road in the next couple of days, the hot rod from hell, it will be waiting. It's time to go back to the team in London now. We're here again in an hour. See you then.